Some of you are going to be mad at me for even making this video. You're going to say, Hat man, this guy's just an attention seeker. Don't give him the attention he wants. Just ignore him, etc., etc. And that's fair enough. But there are other people who actually do want to hear about this guy, this particular fighter, and they are interested in the latest news about him. And this is a boxing channel where I cover boxing news at the end of the day, so it is what it is. But for those of you who don't know, David Haye, yep, the notorious David Haye, released a video on social media, I believe it was yesterday. And this video shows him training with Haye Mcguigan. And he basically announces that Haye Mcguigan will be his new trainer for his comeback. Now, as we all know, David Haye has released several videos over the past few years talking about a comeback, talking about, comeback 2015, comeback 2014, and those comebacks never materialized. So you can take this comeback announcement with a pinch of salt as well. We'll have to see what happens. But my initial thoughts on the video are as follows. Firstly, David Haye has bulked up a hell of a lot. He looks far bigger than when he fought Vladimir, or even when he fought Chisora. So he's obviously been doing a hell of a lot of weightlifting. And unless he cuts down on that weightlifting, then obviously he's not going to be able to make cruiserweight and fight Tony Bellew, because there's a lot of excess muscle there and possibly excess fat. I don't know. So that was one of my first thoughts on it. He's bulked up a hell of a lot. And I think bulking up late on in your career like David Haye is, particularly when you're a guy that relies on reflexes and all that, I think is a very bad idea. Because you're going to get naturally slower as you get older. And when you're relying on reflexes, you want to try and keep whatever reflexes you have left intact. Bulking up is just going to make you slower and accentuate your declining reflexes, if that makes sense. So that was my first thought. My second thought on it was, wow, maybe those rumors about David Haye having money problems are true after all. Because earlier in the year, we all remember the controversy that David Haye had in Dubai. He was in Dubai, he landed in Dubai, apparently looking to buy a house, but he was arrested because his credit card didn't have the funds on it or whatever, and he was in jail for a couple of days, and he came out, but he was not allowed to leave Dubai until the situation was sorted out. So that made people's eyebrows raise, like, wow, how come David Haye's got a problem paying for this house that he's bought in Dubai? What's that all about? And I don't know what happened afterwards, whether it got sorted out or not, I don't know. But at that particular stage, I thought, you know what? Nah, maybe he's not broke, because there were people saying that he's got money problems. I was thinking, nah, he's probably still all right. It was probably just some administration error or whatever, like David Haye's saying. Even though David Haye is notorious for being economical with the truth, to say the least. But still, I was like, benefit of the doubt. It's probably ain't really money problems. It's probably just whatever, an admin error. But then, in the past month or so, David Haye announced that he's closing down his gym. And he's had a gym in Vauxhall for several years where he would conduct most of his training camps. And he announced that he's closing down the gym and he's selling all his equipment on eBay and all that, the ring and whatnot. And even after that happened, I was thinking, well, maybe he's got a new gym. Maybe he's got a gym in Dubai, because I'd heard about David Haye saying that he was looking to open a gym in Dubai. So maybe that's where he's going to base his training camps, since it's tax-free. There's no income tax in Dubai. The weather's very hot, so it will be better for losing weight and conditioning and whatnot. So maybe that's what he's going to do. But then he releases this video yesterday on social media with him and Haye Mcguigan. And Haye Mcguigan has a gym in Battersea, which is literally just a stone's throw from Vauxhall, where David Haye's old gym used to be. So it seems unlikely that him and Haye Mcguigan are going to be having any training camps out in Dubai or anywhere else. They're most likely going to be having them, if they ever have any, because you know how David Haye is with his supposed comebacks. But they're most likely going to be having their training sessions or training camps in Haye Mcguigan's gym in Battersea. And out of all the trainers, you got to remember, David Haye has made a hell of a lot of money. He was one of the biggest names in world boxing, and to an extent still is. He's fame has certainly diminished over the past few years, but he's still a big name. He's a 2-time world champion. Like I say, made a hell of a lot of money, and he did so for a large part of his career independently. He wasn't signed to Frank Warren or Eddie Hearn or any of these people. He was promoting his own shows, so he was keeping the cut that would normally go to a promoter. David Haye and Adam Booth were splitting that cut between themselves. He was putting on shows at the O2 and whatnot. So he made a lot of money. He's achieved a lot of things in his career. Out of all the trainers that would have been available to train David Haye for his proposed comeback, Shane Mcguigan would not have been top of the list. If you'd done a survey of people out there and said, you know, who do you think David Haye would have trained him if he comes back? Shane Mcguigan would not be top of the list. That's no disrespect to Shane Mcguigan. Maybe he's going to turn out to be the new Eddie Futch. I don't know. I mean, I doubt it, but who knows? The point being, David Haye, at such a late stage in his career, is not in a position to be taking chances. This is probably his if he does come back, this is probably his very last crack at the whip. And therefore, you want to get it right. You want to have the best of the best in place. You don't want to be entering a trainer fighter partnership not knowing exactly how good your trainer is. You want someone tried and tested and proven. And hiring Shane Mcguigan is not that, is it? It's very bizarre. So this is what makes me think, you know what, David Haye really is having financial problems. I'm not going to say he's broke like, you know, a normal 9-to-5 person might be broke. But relatively speaking, it seems all the indicators are that he really does have money problems. And this, for me, was the clincher. This hiring Shane Mcguigan, this has made me think this guy's got financial issues. Because why hire an unproven trainer like Shane Mcguigan? Why not hire someone that's tried and tested? You know, strange. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about it, people. I know a lot of you are just going to be cussing and you won't really have anything constructive to say about David Haye. Fair enough. He's done a lot of BS over the past few years, so I can't blame you for still being annoyed with him. It is what it is. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.